Welcome to the stream, guys. We are getting ready to do the first ever Game Informer recap. We're going to kind of go over the Game Informer for the month of October. This is what the cover looks like for the Game Informer. It is a special horror issue, as you can see.
Oh my God, here he comes. Run!
And we are going to just go over it. I didn't make any notes, so it's kind of the first test. We're really going to go over it and talk about it. For everybody out there that doesn't know, excuse me, there is actually a collectible cover for this month's Game Informer. You can actually find information about that. You can pick up the collectible cover at your local GameStop. So as we turn the page, the first thing it talks about is first thing it advertises the Hyrule Warriors. It's the new Zelda game for the Wii U, which allows you some of the benefits of this game is pretty much to try to make it like a Zelda universe that's like never been seen before. So, for example, you can wield the Master Sword, dozens of epic weapons to defend and reclaim familiar Legends of Zelda, as well as you get to visit lands like Hylia and Skyloft. You're fighting to restore the balance to the Triforce as Zelda, Midna, Ganondorf, and the rest of your favorite Legend of Zelda characters, each with signature weapons and attacks, will be a part of this. And they try to incorporate a lot of the older Zelda characters to try to attract a older follower base back into the new Zelda games, as you can tell how the Zelda games have kind of changed from the originals. And lots of combo-based stuff within this game, which is pretty cool. It's rated T for teen for fantasy violence and suggestive themes. And obviously Zelda, only on Nintendo products. So this one's only on the Wii U. It is available. It's been available since September 26th, so definitely cool to check it out. And just a little thing, the page that's got the, I have one of the collectible cover Game Informers, like I showed you. The other one, yeah, I'll probably pop it up later for you guys. The other one looks pretty cool. On the page, that's the letter from the editor. Just something small about the month of October and how we're bringing how they're trying to bring horror games back into the gaming market. And the horror issue is about the partnership between horror and video games is going through a resurgence after years of publishers moving away from the genre. An indie boom and reemergence of prominent developers are ushering in with a new wave of scares, along with in-depth looks at the evil within and Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation already available for download or purchase. And we also look at Fright Fest coming in the near future and the countdown from the best 25 horror games of all time in the Game Informer's opinions. We'll also be going over that as well. So, and some of the things it shows the page of contents, whatever. You got Games Con 2014, shows a little bit about Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 5, shows a little bit of that. Battleborn. So we're going to get this underway. As you know, Xbox One and PS4 both released with a very minuscule amount of titles for the consoles. But they are trying to fill both those libraries. Nintendo's kind of been on the hush-hush, not really releasing any information about anything. With the release of the Wii U, they really didn't capitalize on much besides the ability to be able to play on like a portable portable type system, and then be able to hook it right back up into the console. So didn't really capitalize on much, and they're not really revealing a lot of information. But a little bit in anticipation builds for the crowded holiday lineup. But is the holiday lineup going to be too crowded is the question, guys. Also, through this month of Game Informer issue, readers revisit the old review gripes to announce some very pervy DLC and accuse all kind of biases. And this is the part of the Game Informer issues where people send in their emails, tweets, whatever, complain about some of the stuff. Like you have one person still complaining about the Last of Us review score last year, and got rated 9.5. And how they think it should have been a high, like, you only thing you can go from is 9.5 to 10. So I mean, they're talking about how they think it should be higher rated, even though it's only a 0.5 difference, and how there's been no negative feedback. That is why they think it should be rated a 10. And this guy, the Game Informer, replied with that they're still complaining about a silly 0.5 difference. But there are some flaws with every video game. No video game's perfect, so I know there's a very good reason on why they rated it a 9.5 and not a 10. There is probably specific reasons for that 0.5. But we're going to skip past the complaining letters because that's not really what you guys probably would like to hear or me talk about, really. Alright, Make It Rain. That is the next title thing we're going to talk about. In issue 256, Game Informer asked us readers about which company they think would have the best holiday lineup. And the 1-2 punch, obviously, with Destiny being out, Call of Duty, and Call of Duty being released on November 11th, I think, is release date. And the Destiny and Destiny make by Activision and Bungie are obviously the standing winners on who should have the best holiday lineup, but you never know. The gaming market can definitely make a stranger turn, so and that was someone's opinion right there. And then the next one, someone else's opinion, hopes that all three console manufacturers will have an amazing holiday. Stiff competition. Mario Kart 8 is currently in the lead of this person's, but The Last of Us Remastered. And then, you got the Halo Master Chief Collection, which is my personal favorite. I will be doing a lot of streaming with Master Chief Collection on Xbox One when it's released on November 11th. And Destiny, obviously. Plus, you have Hyrule Warriors on the Wii U. Destiny out for Xbox One and PS4. A lot of people prefer Destiny for PS4 over Xbox One. My personal opinion is I prefer Destiny for Xbox One versus the PS4. I play all consoles. I mean, I don't discriminate against any one particular console, but I personally just prefer the Xbox One versus the PS4 currently. Even though PlayStation always has had a better role-playing based game releases, with Final Fantasy mostly being on PlayStation until Xbox 360 really, with the release of Final Fantasy 11 on there. Plus just all the role-playing games that come out for PlayStation versus Xbox. But my personal opinion is I'd play Destiny on Xbox One versus the PS4, which is one of the reasons why I have it for Xbox One versus PS4. Welcome to the stream, StepCon. I am doing a Game Informer recap for the month of October. Just going over a little bit about the horror issue that was released for the month of October. And you're welcome to ask any questions you might have as I go over this. And I will try to answer them to the fullest ability within my knowledge. We're going to jump over continue. Obviously, after the letter to the editor, they're usually the gallery. People send in images and drawings. Well, the winner is Joshua Geier, Geier, and he drew a pretty cool picture of The Last of Us. And now the next big topic within this Game Informer issue is Gamescom 2014. Had lots of announcements, fresh looks, and eager fans from all over the world. Article is by Mike Futter. 2013's Gamescom had approximately 300 played host to about 340,000 people over the 4 public show days. It was filled with mystery and excitement, obviously, for the 2 new consoles, Xbox One, PS4, and a lot of expectation was that it might not reach the same type of base as it was last year, because obviously they were out already, and this year. But fans did flood Germany to see what this Gamescom release was, and lots of upcoming titles information. I'm going to go over those real quickly. There was such a big turnout for Gamescom that they had to shut down. They had to shut down certain. That's the word I'm looking for. Shut down many of the halls opening day. That way they could make room for lots of stuff that was being shown. Lines were extremely long. They go into detail talking about it. Extremely long for a lot of the hot titles. Hours upon hours of waits. Reports did suggest that Assassin's Creed Unity repeated the same 5-hour wait fans suffered through last year when Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag was being shown. Well, other popular titles that were included this year was Middle-earth, Shadows of Mordor, Dragon Age Inquisition, and Evolve. I'm going to jump on Evolve real quick. A lot of people were expecting big things out of Evolve to be released. I think it was supposed to be released end of this month or next month, and well, going to be waiting a little bit longer than that because Evolve has been pushed back to February 10th, unfortunately. I have not pre-ordered Evolve, but I will be playing it, streaming it. So unfortunately, we do have to wait for the makers of Left 4 Dead to get that situated, and it will be coming out on February 10th. This year's event it did host a little bit less, but 335,000 people, around there. People from 88 countries and exhibitors from 47 different countries all were there for the Gamescom events. Evolve repeated the E3 victory, taking home 5 awards, including Best in the Show, granted the fact that it's moved back to February 10th. Welcome to the stream, Humian. Doing a Game Informer recap for the issue for the month of October, the horror issue. Every month I'm going to be doing these Game Informer issues as they are released. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask as I'm going over stuff. I will try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. Alright, filling the Xbox One library is the next bullet point here. Last year's Gamescom was the final event, the final major event before the Xbox One, Xbox 4, before the Xbox One and the PS4 was released. Microsoft and Sony both highlighted some big games for the new titles. Big Xbox One was the Tomb Raider being announced, and Rise was announced for Xbox One. Also, something that was talked about this year. Quick to open up with information on Naughty Dog's Uncharted 4. Lara Croft eventually will appear on the PlayStation systems. It's really just a matter of time, as she did start on the PlayStation systems. Let's see what else. Microsoft announced 3 new bundles, including a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare version with a 1 terabyte hard drive. Sunset Overdrive is being bundled with a white Xbox One, and Europe is receiving a FIFA 15 bundle. I bet the white Xbox One will probably look pretty decent. But 1 terabyte hard drive, that is amazing. None of the new bundles include a Kinect system, though, which is the only downside. And Microsoft still has not released when Kinect units will sell retail by themselves. They're still, as we know, it's still a $100 difference between the Kinect free bundles and the original launch configuration. Despite the struggles at retail, Microsoft has delivered one of its final key promises. The Xbox One continues to receive significant updates on a monthly basis. At Gamescom, the company announced that digital pre-ordering and preloading would begin this fall, with Forza Horizon 2 and FIFA 15 mentioned specifically. The program ramped up quickly, and Madden NFL 15 became the first title on offer. Just a week before the August 26th release, the game publisher makes its decision rather than Microsoft, so don't expect every title to be available this way. That is kind of just a that company issue, company decision there. The biggest is the upcoming media server support. Soon users will be able to stream natively from any Windows 7 or Windows 8 machine from any other computer with a third-party DLNA server application. This generation has been a slow start for last generation's champion, but success isn't solely defined through comparison, was a quote that the Microsoft people used at Gamescom. Some of the Microsoft did announce a number of big titles coming via the ID at Xbox indie self-publishing platform. Standouts for this include high-res Smite. I play a lot of Smite on PC. If you've seen some of my streams, you can check the streams out on my YouTube channel or Twitch highlights. But I've streamed a lot of Smite. High-res will be releasing that on Xbox One. And it's going to be the first MOBA experience coming to Xbox One, obviously. But here's a list of games. Blues and Bullets, A Crowd of Monsters, Dungeon of the Endless, Amplitude Studios, Fruit Ninja Connect 2, Half Brick and Hybrid Moon Creations, Funk of Titans, A Crowd of Monsters, Ghost of Tales, CG, Goat Simulator, Coffee Stain Studios, and Double 11, Gunscape, Blowfish Studios, Night Squad, Chain Awesome Games, No Time to Explain, Tiny Build, Plague Inc. Evolved, Endemic Creations, Rival of Aether, Dan Farnance, Smite, obviously High-Res Studios, Space Engineers, Keen, Software House, Spectra, Gateway Interactive, Numa, Breath of Life, Decode Digital, Bevel Studios, The Escapist, Team 17, and Speedrunners Tiny Build / Double Dutch Games, and Super Hot by Super Hot Studios. PlayStation 4 does grow to 10 million and counting, though. When Sony took the stage for its Gamescom press briefing, it kicked off right with a bit of business housekeeping. The company announced it has sold more than 10 million PlayStation 4 consoles. And That's in about 2/3 the time it took to sell that many PlayStation 3 units. So a big jump from the PlayStation 3, selling them really quickly. Announced a number of exclusives. The Uncharted 4, Bloodborne continues to look like the type of game like Dark Souls fans are clamoring for. I have not read much about Bloodborne, but I will be looking into it. So if you guys have any questions about anything, just feel free to send me a message and I'll try to answer them. Ninja Theory revealed a new title called Hellblade, which kind of makes it I noticed it, and then obviously they noted it in here, but makes it wonder if they were inspired by the game Heavenly Sword. And teen slasher flick Until Dawn has been reborn for a new generation fans. Let's see, Metal Gear Solid 5 cardboard box was the biggest oddity really there. So they're doing the controller sharing thing to where Sony's going to deliver on that promise where they can share play for 60 minutes at a time. Players can virtually share a couch with friends, passing control back and forth. Details exactly how it worked still have not been released yet, but as it gets released, if you have any questions about that, and you see me in the stream, feel free to join and ask. I will try to get those details for you as quickly as I can. And the first, we'll say the first releases, that's not really the word I'm looking for, but the first releases of it are on October 14th in North America, and then the European release will be November 14th, exactly 1 month later. Sony's big game announcements were Alien Nation by House Marquee, DayZ, Bohemia Interactive, Dreamfall, Dreamfall Chapters, The Longest Journey, Red Thread Games, Either One, White Paper Games, Hellblade by Ninja Theory, Hollow Point by Paradox, In Space We Brawl by Reply Forge, Papers, Please by Lucas Pope, Pixcat by Penta Pasta Games, Cube 2 by Toxic Games, Rhyme by Tequila Works. Confirmed as an exclusive. Only on PS4 will you be able to get the Rhyme. Rune Master by Paradox. Silent Hills, another big thing that I've been waiting to come to consoles, the Silent Hill games. Snow by Paper Mouse. Tearaway Unfolded. Sony Media Molecule. The Tomorrow People by Q Games. Until Dawn. Sony Super Massive Games. The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, The Astronauts, and Volume by Mike Bithell, and Wild by Wild Sheep Studios. Some of the trending topics currently in this issue that was talked about was everyone loves asymmetry. Asymmetrical action multiplayer is likely to dominate the conversation as everybody moves into 2015 Fable Legends, which I am waiting to hear back on when I get to participate in that beta when it's released. But I have been emailed about it, so hopefully we'll be able to be one of the first few in there. Evolve and now Shadow Realms all feature a spin on the 4 versus 1 gameplay model, giving players the chance to be the boss monster is reality, in part because new power afforded by Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Obviously, it's not expected to stop particularly there. Games featuring, look for more mainstream games that will be featuring this player versus player 4v1 type content. I think it's a very good idea. I did watch a lot about Evolve because I was really interested in that. So the 4v1 will be hitting the mainstream, so can't wait for that. Revamp, reboot, remaster is the next big title topic. Be expecting publishers and developers to capitalize on known brands and proving successes. They say developing games is a risky business, but why not get a leg up with something you already know fans love? And what it means by that is they're trying to get some of the older games remastered and onto the next gen, so to speak. So let's see. Capcom is the latest to join the remaster brigade as it prepares to bring the GameCube exclusive Resident Evil remake to new audiences. The title will hit Xbox One, 360, PS4, and PlayStation 3 in 2015. Sony is also updating Journey and the Unfinished Swan for PlayStation 4. Microsoft obviously getting ready to release all 4 numbered Halo games in the Xbox Master Chief's collection. And the trend is gaining steam, and it is like a locomotive out of control. A lot of games are going to be remastered, which I like. I still want to see both PS4, Xbox One, and even I want to see Nintendo. I want to see them pique my interest with some new releases and stuff. I don't want to just see old games remastered, but I will enjoy the new remastered games. I still want to see them continue to grow and into the new games and stuff. And then lots of indies are being released as well, and much like the approach to the 3DS, Nintendo blocks the press access, not really revealing anything. United States outlets can't get in to see what the big in at Gamescom, but the House of Mario didn't bring anything new that they didn't see at E3 already. The next big topic is PlayStation Now brings cloud gaming to the masses. It's a big thing on PS4 now, to where you can you pretty much rent titles over PlayStation. Like 4 hours, 7 days, 30 days, 90 days. You can rent certain game titles depending upon which companies will release their games to that service. Be able to get those. Obviously, you'll be able to stream them with PS4. Of course, there'll be different tiers of games. Some games will cost more, some games will cost less. Real quick, listed Mia. I did not create this Twitch bot. The people that created this Twitch bot are Defatank and Seeing Blue of the Great Architect community. I just posted a little link there for you. If you go there, you can find out all the information you need to know about the Twitch bot. Personally, I don't know how to make a Twitch bot, but I'm a part of that community and one of the streamers on there, so I use that Twitch bot. Currently, the one I'm using now is in beta. But like I said, if you go there, check out that site, you'll find everything you need to know about the Twitch bot. And if you'd like, you could send a message to Seeing Blue or Defatank, and they can give you more knowledge on how to create your own personal Twitch bot. Next thing in the Game Informer recap is Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS. It adds new challengers to the mix, being able to play as certain people that weren't in games before. You can also use Mii Fighters. First time ever, you can create your own Mii Fighters and choose from 3 different fighting styles: Brawler, Gunner, Sword Fighter. Some of the stages in this game are inspired by a variety of different handheld games. You can smash it up with Rainbow Road or the treacherous Gerudo Valley. And then, like I said, some other small characters not used before. You can excuse me, you can customize your own challengers, battle your personal friends, and even be able to get Super Smash Bros. Nintendo 3DSs. 3DSs go have custom Smash Brothers designs on them, and they will come in red and blue with pictures of different Smash Brothers characters on it. And next in the Game Informer recap for the month of October, the horror issue is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The first thing I'm going to go over is the quote by Hideo Kojima. He discusses the development strategy for Silent Hills. And his quote is, as I quote this, "Originally, we were thinking of making a game that would make you pee your pants. Now, we are aiming for a game that will make you shit your pants," is what the quote says. Alright, so the good, the bad, the ugly. The good talks about Halo 5 Guardians multiplayer beta on Xbox One begins December 29th and runs until January 18th. Beyond an online connection and copy of Halo, the Master Chief Collection, the beta also requires an Xbox Live Gold membership, obviously. The beta revolves around 4-on-4 play, which I am stoked for the fucking beta. And the beta revolves around 4-on-4 play, and some of the content will actually be carried into Halo 5 when it is released in 2015, which is amazing. You will see me be streaming a lot of the Master Chief Collection, a lot of the beta. I am a big Halo person. Welcome back to the stream, Sour Candy 69. Thank you for joining us for the Game Informer recap. All right, the bad. Evolve, in big letters, has been delayed until February 10th in order to give developer Turtle Rock Studios more time to polish the game. At Gamescom convention in Germany recently, the title garnered the show's Best of award, as well as 3 others. In the Evolve news, Xbox One will exclusively host a beta starting January 15th. Downloadable content for the title will also be debuted first on the system. So kudos to Xbox One for giving us the ability to be able to participate in a beta for Evolve. At least we'll get that since we don't get the release until February 10th. And now the ugly. Publisher Deep Silver acquired the Homefront IP from Crytek, which has faced financial troubles. The deal followed reports of Crytek UK, formerly Free Racial Designs of Timesplitters Frame, that the studio is not getting their paychecks, and things definitely got ugly when Crytek CEO Savitierly characterized some of the employees as unrealistic about the situation in an interview with Eurogamer. Those guys, when they get under pressure, it can become emotional, he added. Thankfully, development on Homefront, The Revolution, will continue at Deep Silver's Dambuster Studios, also based in Nottingham, England. So I guess that's a bonus benefit, even though all the issues for the Deep Silver publisher. Thank you for that follow, StepCon. Get StepCon his units for that follow after this is over. Next thing they advertise is Crimes and Punishment Sherlock Holmes, which is available for purchase or download. On Xbox One, PS4, Xbox 360, PS3, PS4, PC. I have not really checked it out much. I will eventually be checking it out because I like these type of games as well. We got StepCon, his C units for following the stream. And Sherlock Holmes was released on September 30th. Everything old is new again, the next title, as it jumps to the next topic. Talks about the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons. Channels its past to shape the future. And we're not going to talk about all the individual details about Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. But as a avid Dungeons & Dragons gamer, a lot of things happened when it made 4th edition. And what happened was 4th edition changed a lot of the rules, made it a lot less desirable for people. I'm a 3.5 player, so I mean I played a lot of different 3.5 versions of Dungeons & Dragons. But the thing about 5th edition is it's combining both 4th edition, a little bit of 4th edition, right? So don't worry, 3.5 edition, a lot of 3.5 edition, and a lot of some 4th edition. and they'll be throwing in some of their own twist on certain things. Dungeons and Dragons, a tabletop role-playing game. Got a lot of Xbox. Got a few Xbox 360 titles based off 4th edition, which aren't that bad, but 4th edition in general for the tabletop players with the books, the pencils, the dice, and everything, definitely not very good. So, but can't wait for to get my hands on some 5th edition merchandise. Maybe we'll go over some of that. Something to come to the stream is some live D&D sessions. So if that is something you're interested in, stay tuned for that. Harmonix revealed information about A City Sleeps, and that is a game that is indie-ish. It's a story of Poe, a young woman who wakes up one morning to find that everyone in her futuristic city has fallen to a deep slumber, overcome for malevolent spirits within their own dreams. Poe happens to be an exorcist. Interesting. So she starts hopping into individual dreamscapes to clear out all of the invaders. Then it goes in details about the setup guide, tutorials, stuff like that. And apparently music, which plays an integral role in this, is a big issue in the game. So that is something to interest and to possibly get some information on. The next thing it talks about as we go in here is Firefall. Need to get this stupid thing out of my book. Alright, Firefall is the next topic, and Firefall, available for download, is free. It is a mixed bag of sci-fi shootings. Firefall has gone through many changes over the course of an extensive beta, but Red 5 Studio free-to-play massive multiplayer shooter has been for a while officially available. The base concept is very simple and accessible. Take the core of the aspects of MMOs like quest progression, ability slots, gear acquisition, customization, and combine them with the frantic action of first-person shooters with jump jets to bring with vertical traversal into combat and travel. And the world is so you're fighting in a world that's always ever-changing. Players participate in fast-paced first or third-person combat at various battle frames. The Firefall term for classes pretty much is what battle frames are. Acquire a huge arsenal of customized weapons and abilities as they take on the denizens of the spacey open world. They can work on leveling up all possible battle frames on a single character, eliminating the need for alternate characters, swapping classes. Loadouts is very quick and easy, and that many garages located in hubs across the world. I played the first mission of it. I'm a big first-person shooter fan, so I mean, I did enjoy it. I mean, that was when it was first released, so I mean, there's been some changes since then, but it can continue to improve and get better, I think. We're going to skip the question and answer about EA's new vision. It's not that important. Amazon's coming out with a new cell phone called the Fire Phone, though. I gave you lots of updates and stuff. Alright, this is 10 horror movies deserving proper video games. The number 1, we will start with number 10 and go down to number 1. Number 10 is The Descent. This is one of the countdowns that they have. What's scarier than being trapped underground with crazy bat people and no way to escape? A multiplayer experience where you work with your friends to find a way above ground, but with extremely limited resources and situations where you have to choose between cooperating with your allies or sacrificing them to stay alive. That would be very interesting. Evil Dead is number 9. Titular hero Ash has already starred in 4 Evil Dead games, but none of them have quite nailed the humorous vibe of the films created by Sam Raimi. Like the Batman video games, maybe it will take a special studio to crack this nut and deliver a game worthy of the series. Number 8 is Eden Lake. Being chased by a masked man who won't die is undeniably scary, but Eden Lake pits you against an even more terrifying enemy. Mean-spirited teenagers with no moral compass. Kids these days. Number 7, The Hills Have Eyes, a very awesome horror movie. You'll never look at highway shortcuts the same after surviving a terrifying open world filled with the mutated remnants of nuclear experiment gone wrong. ARAR, a four-player survival horror setup, could really drive the horror of that film home. Number 6 is The Shining. Not every horror game needs to be entrenched in violent gameplay. Taking residency in the Overlook Hotel. Imagine a game from the perspective of young Danny Torrance that toys with your mind as you explore its haunted environment. Number 5, which would be amazing if they could fully capture the ability of the Final Destination games. That would be a really cool. And Final Destination, take the base experience of The Sims, add several clever mechanics for robbing these virtual humans of their lives, and you begin to understand why a game based on Final Destination could be ghoulish fun. The first douche deserving of an early demise. How about Far Cry 3 protagonist Jason Brody? That's kind of funny. Number 4, The Blob. Katamari Damacy meets sheer terror in this video game adaptation of one of the strangest horror movies of the 1950s, with TriStar rebooted in the late 80s. Running from The Blob would create thrills in its own, but we'd prefer to be in control of the menacing substance, absorbing everyone and everything in your path. Number 3, The Cabin in the Woods, giving the amazing collection of horror villains in Cabin in the Woods. We think a game based on this clever slasher film would be a blast to play. The concept works whether you are manning the control room, trying to kill off the teenagers one by one, or attempting to survive the waves of increasingly dangerous killers. Number 2, The Strangers horror movie should have an appropriate game. We're still waiting for someone to create a home invasion video game in the spirit of movies like The Strangers, and then imagine procedurally generated Fright Fest where the home property and invaders are different every time you play the game. So pretty much ever changing would just be fucking amazing. And next, the number 1 horror movie deserving a proper video game is Friday the 13th. And we'd prefer to pretend the NES adaptation of this series never existed. With an 80s style theme, clever kill mechanics, and asymmetrical multiplayer mode that puts one player in the role of Jason Voorhees, this game is a smash hit waiting to happen. Both Halloween and Texas Chainsaw Massacre could work in similar fashions. So that's the top 10 horror movies deserving of a proper video game. We're going to go over the month of October, things that are supposed to happen this month. Marvel's next big event, on October 1st. GigaCon on the 2nd. Super Smash Bros. For 3DS was released on the 3rd. Skylanders Trap Team on PS4, Xbox One, Wii U, PS3, 360, Wii, 3DS, and iOS was released on the 5th. Alien Isolation was released on PS4, Xbox One, PS3, 360, and PC on the 7th. Along with Drive Club, PS4, MX vs. ATV Supercross, PS3, 360, NBA 2K15 for PS4, Xbox One, PS3, 360, PC, NBA Live for PS4 and Xbox One. Project Spark was released on Xbox One that same day. Tenkai Knights, Brave Battle 3DS, and Tropico 5 for PS4. 8, DC Goes All in One, weekly books. Following the success of new weekly series Batman Eternal and Future End, DC is adding a 3rd book that hits every Wednesday called Earth 2 World's End. The series chronicles the final events of a world where Superman is the greatest villain. Wow, that would be interesting. Obviously, New York's Comic Con has been going on for a couple days now, start on the 9th. On October 10th, Rogan and Franco equals comedy gold. If you've seen If you've seen This Is the End, Pineapple Express, or Freaks and Geeks, you know that Seth Rogen and James Franco are great together. Their new venture, The Interview, opens in theaters on the 10th, which was yesterday, Friday, excuse me. And they travel to North Korea to assassinate Kim Jong-un. This controversial premise may seem outrageous, but these guys' willingness to stray from convention has hilarious results in the past. New releases on the 14th of October, Borderlands, the pre-sequel for PS3, 360, and PC. The Evil Within, PS4, Xbox One, 360, PS3, PC. Pac-Man Ghostly Adventures 2, Wii U, PS3, 360, 3DS. Raven's Cry will be released on PS4, PS3, 360, and PC. Tears to Tiara 2, Heir of the Overlord for PS3. The Walking Dead Season 2 will be released on October 14th for PS4, Xbox One, PS3, and 360. Let's see. Then on October 21st, the releases then are Fantasia Music Evolved for Xbox One 360, Just Dance 2015 for all consoles even the Wii and Wii U. Samurai Warriors PS4, Shadowgate PC, The Walking Dead Season 2 for Vita, The Wolf Among Us for Vita, and 24th is Civilization Beyond Earth for PC. I will more than likely be getting that game as well. It looks really awesome. October 28th, Assassin's Creed Unity for PS4, Xbox One, PC, Disney Big Hero 6, 3DS, Lords of the Fallen, PS4, Xbox One, PC, Power Rangers Super Mega Force, 3DS, Sunset Overdrive, Xbox One, WWE 2K15 for PS4, Xbox One, PS3, 360. You might not know. Oh, here's a little fun fact, I guess. You might not know this, but there's a clause in Daniel Radcliffe's contract that states he will only play characters with abnormal foreheads. Harry Potter has had the scar, and his character in today's release, which is released on 31st, horns, has, you guessed it, horns. That may sound strange, but it's the better way to. But it's better than the guy who played Ron Weasley's contract of only playing characters that look utterly confused all the time. Interesting, that's funny. And now we get to the horror issue strategies. It talks horror issue stuff. It has a topic that the big thing was about alien isolation. I'm not going to really read into it. But it's got missions. You can play as. It's got killers. Let's see. You can talk about. It's definitely got good graphics. Players can avoid most conflicts altogether by creating distractions and moving intelligently through the environments. You always want to keep your eyes open because apparently it talks about there can be something around every turn, so you never know what will happen with the game. In addition to pointing out enemy locations, you can use the motion tracker to see where your next objective is. Smart players will use the alien's obsession with killing humans as a way to get past hostile survivors on the ship. Lots of amazing things it looks like for this game. Lots of noises, like bright things like fire. It'll attract attention to the game too. Obviously, you want to avoid the attention, otherwise that will attract the aliens and stuff. Some of the most terrifying moments are apparently when you catch glimpses of creatures out of the corners of your eyes. With awesome visuals, that should increase the intensity of that. Lots of amazing details in the backgrounds and stuff. Then it goes on to talk about the evil within. Most of the enemies in the evil within have not been named. by Tango. This particular demon is lovingly called Laura. That is interesting. And then I don't want to go into too many details. I don't want to spoil it. You get the Butcher in the game, classic survival horror, warping realities. Beware of everything within the world. Everything can be turned against you. Talks about never-ending nightmares, which is going to be released on the PC. Soma, PlayStation 4 PC. Overkill's The Walking Dead, to be announced. Apparently it's going to be like the actual game The Walking Dead and not like the comic The Walking Dead thing. It's going to be like the comic Walking Dead, not the cartoony Walking Dead on 360 is what I meant. It's going to be released in 2016, Summer 2015. Dead Island 2's releases for the spring for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Until Dawn, PS4. Released 2015. Project Zomboid for the PC will be releases to be announced. Welcome to the stream, Red Medal Oya. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. You're witnessing my monthly Game Informer recap. I'm going over the horror issue for the month of October of Game Informer, and every month I'll be doing these recaps as I get the new issues in the mail. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. Otherwise, just sit back, relax, and then enjoy the information. Alrighty, and then let's see. Hellraid will be getting released for PS4, Xbox One, PC in 2015. Routine for platforms PC, that's to be announced. Resident Evil HD Remastered, early 2015. Dying Light, that will be on PS4, Xbox One, and PlayStation 3, 360, and PC. Dying Light will be released on PS4, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, 360, PC in February. And we're getting into the top 25 horror games of all time. Here we go. Now we're on the countdown. Number 25, Blood, is the game. And the platform is PC. It was released in 1997, Monolith Productions. A long lineage of superb horror titles. Fear, Condemned begins with what might have been dismissively labeled as a Doom clone in the 90s. Unlike ID's demon-blasting first-person phenomenon, Blood doubles down on carefully crafted settings and tongue-in-cheek nods to classic horror films. Caleb is resurrected, gunslinger who uses a pitchfork, hairspray lighter, flamethrower, and even a voodoo doll to take down enemies like zombies and Tommy gun-wielding cultists. His adventure takes him through Twisted Carnival, where dismembered hands lunge at his neck while somehow screaming, "I'll swallow your soul," Evil Dead 2. And another level takes place a massive hotel snowy ledge maze completing with a frozen Jack Nicholson lookalike from The Shining. Number 25, I'm not really going to give too much description of detail. Number 25, Splatterhouse. It was released in 1989. Publisher was Namco. And it was an arcade release. Number 23, Shadows of the Damned. PS3, Xbox 360, Electronic Arts in 2011. It was inspired by Shadows of the Damned. It was inspired by horror movies like Evil Dead. I have no mouth and I must scream. That's odd. 1995, released on the PC. Number 21, released in 2013, DayZ by Bohemia Interactive. I've not played DayZ yet, but I will very soon. Number 20 is Slender, PC release 2012, Parsec Productions. Number 19 is Dead Rising, platform released Xbox 360 by Capcom, 2006. Sanitarium, released in 1998 for the PC by ASC Games. Alan Wake is number 17 for 360 and PC. Microsoft Game Studios in 2010. And there's a little tidbit on the side of here. The house that horror games built. Not every historically important horror game made our top 25 list. Here are 5 games that built the foundation for modern genre successes. The Seventh Guest, PC 1993. Alone in the Dark, PC 1992. Haunted House, Atari 2600, 1982. The House of the Dead, arcade 1997. And Uninvited for Mac 1986. Those are apparently some of the horror games that hit the top, didn't hit the top 25, but definitely built the foundation. The first Fear game, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PC. Vivendi Universal in 2005. Number 15, The Suffering. PlayStation 2, Xbox, PC, 2004. 14, Clock Tower for PlayStation. I remember that game. 1997. The Walking Dead, PS3, Xbox 360, PC, Vita, iOS. Telltale Games in 2012. And that's where you start off playing. I forget what his name is, but you play as a black guy. You end up saving the little girl Clementine, which is the main person in the second season of The Walking Dead. Number 12, System Shock 2, PC and Mac, 1999, Electronic Arts. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, GameCube, Nintendo, 2012, Condemned Criminal Origins. Xbox 360, PC by Sega in 2005. Number 9, Manhunt, PlayStation 2, Xbox, and PC. Rockstar Games, 2003. Then the first Left 4 Dead for Xbox 360 and PC. By Valve, 2007. The Last of Us, PlayStation 4, PS3. Sony Entertainment, Naughty Dog. And 2013, Resident Evil 4. For all the consoles, PlayStation 3, 360, Wii, PlayStation 2, GameCube, PC, iOS, Capcom, 2005. Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly, PlayStation 2, Xbox, by Tacmo, and in 2003, Amnesia: The Dark Ascent. This is the number 4, PC. Frictional Games in 2010. Dead Space is number 3. We're going to go over the description for the final 3. Dead Space for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PC by Electronic Arts. For the publisher, developer is EA Redwood Shores, 2008. Movies like Alien and Event Horizon established just how scary outer space can be, and Dead Space followed suit with an interactive variation on the theme. Isaac Clarke is no space marine or superhero. Instead, he has to make do with his skills as a ship engineer with a simple cutting laser when the starship he boards turns out to be infested with reanimated horrors called necromorphs. Immaculate pacing and a sense that you're never truly safe helps Dead Space establish an atmosphere of dread. Making a mistake and Isaac's often gruesome death scenes are enough to fuel nightmares. Lonely, dark corridors and scary sound design carry players the rest of the way through this trip into terror and make Dead Space the definitive outer space horror experience. Number 2 is Silent Hill 2 for PlayStation 2 by Konami, 2001. Silent Hill set a new bar for horror when the first entry was released in 1999, but the game that remains the most memorable and terrifying for the Game Informer staff is the second iteration. James Sunderland is lured to Silent Hill when he receives a letter from his deceased wife. The tension is suffocating as you explore the eerie, silent, fog-filled town, which is so whisper quiet you can hear your own footsteps. Never knowing what's around each corner is a part of the suspense. Pyramid Head, the series' iconic adversary, makes his series debut in Silent Hill 2, and he's only a slice of how twisted things turn. However, the most compelling element of the game is how it explores Sunderland's psyche, leading to one hell of a memorable finale. All right, Resident Evil number 1. Resident Evil 1, 1996, Capcom for PlayStation. Other horror games came before, but the traumatic events of the original Resident Evil put the genre on the map for years to come. The brave STARS team survivors are forced to scrounge for resources like ammo and health while battling or evading lethal monstrosities like zombies and weaponized reptilian assassins. The 2004 GameCube edition refines the PlayStation original's terrifying premise while enhancing the visuals and adding terrifying surprises like resurrected zombies that come back as fast and hard as something out of 20 Days Later. Unforgettable scares like bloodthirsty canines smashing through windows spawned a legion of masochistic fans and a dozen of copycat developers. The franchise quality has fluctuated over the year, but its legacy lingers like a deep scar. The next article goes into a little bit about Project Spark. Pretty much about creating your own. Welcome to the stream, Night Eye. You are witnessing my Game Informer recap for the horror issue of the month of October. We're going over that issue. We currently just finished with the top 25 horror games from the Game Informer staff, and doing a little talking about, finishing a little talk about Project Spark. I do these Game Informer recaps every month, so definitely join us. I have a reward system in place within the stream, so you can check it out there, some information about it. You'll be able to create your own world in Project Spark, pushing its gravity, global enterprise. Moon expects players to be able to complete Ori in about 10 hours, but also has designed the game hoping people will find unique speedrun shortcuts. The Forlorn Ruins are littered with ancient, abandoned technology that will allow Ori to manipulate gravitational stuff. Then the big thing he talks about is Saints Row Gat Out of Hell. Gat, spelled G-A-T, by the way. Who released on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. Released February 3rd. Expect the unexpected. When it comes to this, Third Street Saints have emerged victorious in the face of the most dangerous and improbable threats imaginable, from crazed luchadors to space-faring alien conquerors. Under the leadership of a single individual, they became the most powerful people in the world. And when the world blew up, they took over the universe. Where do the Saints go from here? Well, that's the problem. Their boss has been kidnapped by Satan, dragged to hell. Satan dragged to hell and betrothed to the devil's daughter. Before the Saints can move on to the next big thing, they need to get their boss back. If you're wondering who among the Saints is confident and crazy enough to fight the Prince of Darkness, then you know it's Johnny Gat. Welcome to the stream, Apologize Perrin. Appreciate you stopping by the stream. I'm doing a Game Informer recap, recapping the Game Informer for the month of October. And it's the horror issue. And I'll be doing these Game Informers every month as I get my Game Informers in the mail, so you're more than welcome to continue to join us. Hang out. If you have any questions, I'll try to answer them to the best of my knowledge. So pretty much you're Saints Row, Gat Out of Hell. You're pretty much going to be in this really dark, fiery place with the arsenal of infernal type weapons. It's going to be interesting. Moving on to the next topic, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Faster, more powerful Call of Duty multiplayer experience. PS4, Xbox One, PS3, Xbox 360, PC. Release is November 4th. So excuse me, I did say November 11th earlier. It is November 4th. And it adds like boosts and stuff. You get jetpack, well, a minor jetpack thing. And they kind of made it something out of like Halo. I want to say Halo Reach with armor upgrades and stuff like that, but it's supposed to be a more high impact, always action, always hitting hard. So I will definitely be purchasing it when it's released on November 4th. I didn't pre-order it, but I will be getting it and streaming some of it. Next game is Dragon Inquisition. Build power alone. but wield it with your friends is the title. PS4, Xbox One, 360, PS3, PC. You are, as an Inquisitor, you must travel across Feridian and Aureus to address various problems and threats. However, you don't spend all of your time on the road. You need a place to consolidate your strength. That's where Skyhold comes in. It's a place from which to project your power. It's a fortress that serves as the Inquisition's base, and that is reflected back at the castle. Oh, wait. As your base, as you gain power and influence, it's reflected back at the castle. Lots of multiplayer stuff you'll be able to do. Also, your armor stuff. There's going to be some devotion system based for depending upon what you're wearing as equipment. As you rebuild your Skyhold, you can customize its appearance. Special encounters and fights against bosses help punctuate the multiplayer experience. Gold earned from multiplayer matches can be exchanged for chests that include random classes, weapons, and items. That's something to look for. Bloodborne, Souls Bathed in Blood. PS4 exclusive, apparently, is what it looks like. Released in the spring. And apparently there's supposed to be lots of horrific twists. Stuff around every corner. Supposed to be hard-hitting, fast-paced. There's a certain system that leaves you small windows in which you land successful attacks and stuff. So it's going to be a interesting game. Might be a little difficult. Pillars of Eternity, more than nostalgia for PC and Mac. Villagers get to provide players with huts to recruit new characters and restock in this game. Welcome to the stream, Steamer. And the sequel, good to see you back. Doing a Game Informer recap for the month of October's issue, the horror issue, which talked about the top 25 horror games of all time to the Game Informer staff. And I'll be doing these Game Informer recaps every month as I receive my Game Informer issue. So if you enjoy them, stay tuned, check them out. They'll be posted on my Twitch highlights as well as my YouTube channel. And Steamer. My favorite game pre-GameCube. Let's see. Pre-GameCube. My favorite pre-GameCube game, which is my favorite game of all time, actually, I had to think about it, make sure it was released, is a game called Suikoden 2 for PlayStation 1. It is an amazing turn-based role-playing game. A little bit about the story is you are the hero, obviously. And you and your friend are part of this small brigade within this big army, within the Highland Army. And your general turns against you. You and your friend escape. Say you guys will meet back up. And you end up having to fight against this Highland Army. You have to recruit 108 stars of destiny. They are the 108 stars of destiny are all playable characters. You can use all of them. And the story takes a turn to when you actually kill. Well, before you kill him, your best friend that plays with you through most of the game ends up leaving you, joining the enemy side to try to shut down the evil army leader without any violence, really. He's a pretty passive guy, and you end up killing that enemy leader guy, and then your buddy, that was your best friend, becomes leader of the enemy army. So it's you against your best friend, and you guys quarrel. You don't really kill your friend, and eventually it comes to the point where you finally win and you defeat the Highland Army, but lots of issues due to in-game turns and twists. It's a very amazing game. Yes, it was turn-based. It's amazing. As soon as I get my capture card hooked up, I'll actually be streaming some this weekend. So I'm going to continue along. Forza Horizon 2, which was released September 30th. Allows you to hit the open road, online car meets with your friends. Then you have the bucket list and a whole bunch of set of perks you can get. Some events have predetermined weather or a time of day, but otherwise they are dynamically generated within that personal world. So Forza Horizon 2 looks good. I've heard some negative feedback from other people, but I am still going to try Forza Horizon 2. Quantum Break is getting released in spring on Xbox One. And you play as the guy, you play as Jack. It's a mixture of high intense combat, fast paced shooting. Alan Wake and Max Payne developer, they teased this release, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what that has in store for us. And then Shadow Realms is being released on the PC 2015. And a little bullet point it says is dungeon crawling on demand. Should players make it to the end of the realm, the Shadow Lord will control massive boss monsters. So there's going to be a lot of combat, a lot of fighting, hack and slash. It's going to be intense, is pretty much what it's saying here. BioWare is best known for the deep story RPGs. Before its follow-up to Star Wars Old Republic, its Austin Branch exploring vein of pen and paper role-playing games. This game has narrative elements, but the studio's primary focus is creating a fast-paced modern fantasy action. Pits 4 players against one another, who assumes the role of the Shadow Lord. Definitely interesting. NBA Live 15. Not really much need to say there. It's a good basketball game. PlayStation 4, Xbox One only. 1 or 2 player online. October 7th release. After a 3-year hiatus, NBA Live franchise returned last year, but its first shot at regaining status as a continuing basketball game. Basketball sim clanged unceremoniously off the rim. The ringing sound that missed is still resonating in the ears of executive producer Sean O'Brien. The rest of his EA Tiburon team, after going through the gauntlet of bad reviews about the brutal Republic response, the team redoubled its efforts for NBA Live 15. EA is taking a 3-pronged approach for its next release, improved the look of the game, hone the gameplay, and create a tutorial system to bring new players on board. Game modes like Dynasty and Rising Star won't get serious attention until next year, when EA also hopes to bring its popular 5-on-5 EA SBL back online. To improve the graphical fidelity of the game, EA invested in a new scanning technology that applies to everything from faces, skin, and hair to uniforms, footwear, accessories. The new models are a significant upgrade to last year when standing still, and O'Brien says the team is working hard to integrate blending animations and stuff like that. So it appears to be EA is working very hard. So hopefully, I'm a big sports player. I play lots of sports games too. So hopefully that will be something they will capitalize on. November 25th, Persona Q Shadow Labyrinth will be released for the Nintendo 3DS. It'll be a 1-player role-playing game. And WWE 2K15. PlayStation 4, Xbox One, 360, PS3. For a game coming out at the end of October, it's surprising it took this long for anyone to see WWE 2K15. However, its absence was helped build anticipation and prevented oversaturation that can sometimes sink in by the time the game launches. For the series' new-gen debut, Visual Concepts is joining longtime developer Yuke's to help create the best-looking entry yet. The team has brought over its scanning tech made famous from NBA 2K games to capture as many of the wrestler faces and bodies as possible. Since this rig is mobile, the team has traveled everywhere from Shawn Michaels' remote home in Texas to Los Angeles to capture Steve Austin and Sting. As you can see in the screenshots, the character models are impressively accurate. Everything from the shrine on Goldust's suit to Randy Orton's smirk are on spot. You can even hear Cena's yammering at the camera before he runs down the ramp in his entrance. Crowds look better with much more face and outfit variety. New child character models and dynamic chants respond to situation hands. New 2K showcase mode is based on rivalries between CM Punk and John Cena from 2011 to 2013. Triple H and former DX partner from Triple H and former DX partner Shawn Michaels 2002-2004. The two rivalry threads are presented as mini documentaries. Use real life footage of the feuds combined with commentary from the wrestlers involved to set up the matches. We got to see the opening video package for Punk and Cena, and it got me super hyped all over again for their historic Money in the Bank in 2011 match in which Punk threatened to leave the company with the title. Spoiler alert, he only left in the storyline at the time. Punk has since parted ways with WWE in real life, so unfortunately 2K hasn't gotten him in front of the scanners. I'm sure in previous WWE games, CM Punk's character model would blend in with the rest, but when everything else looks as good as his face, his face is nobly off. Players battle through a total of 33 matches in this mode, unlocking content along the way by completing Welcome to the stream, Toxic Gamer 64. Appreciate you stopping by. Players battle through a total of 33 matches in this mode, unlocking content along the way by completing historical objectives that match up with what really happened in the ring. For those dreaming of other epic rivalries, 2K may just grant your wish. Further down the line, the publisher has already promised story-based rivalry DLC packs post-launch. The in-ring action looks amazing. Commentary is awesome. Money in the Bank, Chris Jericho, Armageddon 2008. Lots of big things coming for that game. It's going to be awesome. You guys are witnessing the first ever Game Informer recap. We're recapping the horror issue of the month of October. And we're going to be purchasing. We're going to be doing these recaps every month as the Game Informer is released. And now time for the reviews. Madden NFL 15. Got for PS4, Xbox One, got a rating of 8. Series may have come to this generation with its features intact, but there's still plenty of work to be done to bring all its elements to snuff. The game looks... Shut up, Chester, get out of here. The game looks intense, looks sharp, and step up from the first new gen 4A. Players with zoomed-in player lock camera highlights this. The commentary is still largely ignorant of larger context of the game. I suggest using the playability is optional visual indications for tackles, jumping on snap count, and defensive line for rushing the passer. Replay value is moderately high. Welcome back to the stream, BBZ. We are doing a Game Informer recap. We're recapping Game Informer issues every month as soon as I get... Game Informer issues every month as they come to my mail, so... The Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 5, No Going Back. Got Game Informer Game of the Month and Game Informer Silver, 8.5, PS3, 360. PC and Vita, iOS. Replay value is moderate. Metro Redux, 8.5. Replay value moderately high. Ho Ho Come, 6, rated 6 for PS4, PS3, and Vita. The replay value of that game is moderately low. Diablo 3 Reaper Souls Ultimate Evil Edition 9.25 PS4, Xbox One, 360, PS3. Replay value moderate. The Last of Us Remastered PS4 replay value high. It was rated a 10. Lichdom Battle Mage got rated to 8 for PC. Replay value for that is moderately high. Danganronpa 2, Goodbye Despair, for the Vita, got rated an 8, and the replay value for that is moderate. Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Replay value for that's moderate. It got rated at 8, and that is for 3DS. Other games that weren't listed that got rated: PS4 Crimson Land 7, Only If PC rated to 5, Risen 3 Titan Lords, PlayStation 3 Xbox 360 7, Sacred 3 PlayStation 3 Xbox 360 PC rated 7.5, Final Fantasy Curtain Call 8 3DS, The Golf Club PS4 Xbox One PC 8, and Infamous First Light PS4 got rated an 8 as well. And then they advertise new new controllers you'll be able to hook up to your game Nintendo consoles. So that is cool, and that is pretty much it for the recap of the month of October's issue. Might present it a new way next month when we receive the issue for the month of November. But I hope you all enjoyed the recap. This will be posted in my Twitch highlights as well as my YouTube channel. So if you guys are interested in listening to it again, any information you might want to double check, feel free to do so. If you have any questions about anything I went over, feel free to message me via Twitch, Xbox, YouTube, whatever you can get a hold of me on. Feel free to message me. I'm streaming all the time. If you join a stream, you can feel free to ask me a question about the Game Informer recap, and I'll do my best to answer any questions about any of the games or any console stuff I went over with you guys. As for the Game Informer recap, I thank you all for joining us for it. And definitely hit that follow button if you'd like to do so. Support the stream. Donations very much appreciated, not required. Do go towards improving the stream. And you guys are all amazing. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you next month for the next